This conference will now be recorded.
Brahmanam vidadhati purvam yo vai vedanscha prahinoti tasmai tam devamatma buddhi prakasham mumukshurvai sharanamaham prapadye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadevyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Katarbhyo Vamshishyo Mahabhyo Namo Buddhaya Sarvopaplavarahitaha Prajnanakana Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamsmi Brahmaivahamsmi. Vedanta Vibhasakaya Muni Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Narendra Sanghapavaye Yogindra Vandhyaya Cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavad Vidhate Tasmai Bhashyate Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane. Om. Yasya nishvasitam Veda Yo Vedebhyo Khilam Jagat Nirmale Tamaham Vande Vidyatirthamaheshwaram. So it has been confirmed that assuming the body or acquiring body is dukkham. Janma eva dukkham, because beginning from that point onwards, from the point that one is identified with a body, if there is a body, then will one be identified with it. If there is no body, there is nothing to identify with. And therefore, where there is acquirement of a body, the dukkham follows as a shadow. Therefore, we say that even before one is expelled out from the mother's womb, one is already identified with the body, right in the womb. And therefore, even that child who is in the mother's womb waiting to be born also has suffering. Therefore, there is garbha dukkham, janma dukkham, sanyoga dukkham, viyoga dukkham, roga dukkham, jara dukkham, and mrityu dukkham. The dukkham comes in various ways. Garbha dukkham, to think that one will be quite peaceful and very comfortable in the mother's womb, is also not true. One may not remember because the memory of, of the experience in, from the mother's womb becomes clouded very soon after the birth. But there is Dukkham. How do you know that? In Bhagavad Mahapurana, it is said that when that baby who is sitting in the mother's womb, in the 8th month, it prays, it says that please release me from here, from this suffocating prison, release me from here. Being cast into that embryonic fluid, kept in the embryonic fluid, pickled over there. The heat in the mother's body also keeps adding to the torture of that child. So that child prays and says that please release me from here, O Lord. And in this life, when I am out and born, I will definitely make an attempt to, to seek liberation. But release me from here as of now. And the child is born in the 9th month, end of the 9th month. Garbha Dukkham, Janma Dukkham, the Dukkham of the birth, the Dukkham which follows then after has got almost is bottomless, endless. Sanyoga Dukkham, coming in contact with something that is unpleasant. The very moment a child is born, it is kept on that weighing scale, which is absolutely ice cold. Now that contact with that steel object is not pleasant. So coming in contact with something that is not conducive, not pleasant is Dukkham. Sanyoga Dukkham, this is called as Sanyoga Dukkham, the Dukkham generated by the contact. Then there is Viyoga Dukkham, being separated from something that is pleasant, conducive, that what is liked by a person. So the mother has to do some work and therefore the mother keeps the child in the cradle, rocks it to sleep and rocks the cradle to sleep and goes away. The child thinks that it has been left alone. Viyoga Dukkham, the Dukkham generated by separation. Viyoga Dukkham. Roga Dukkham, the Dukkham generated by various sicknesses, illnesses. Even when a small little mosquito is biting the baby, it cannot say anything. Roga Dukkham, it cannot tell exactly whether it is a headache or a stomach ache or something else. There is so there is Roga Dukkham, and this Roga Dukkham keeps on going till the end of our life, and it is more acutely experienced when the graft starts falling down. So there is Roga Dukkham, Jara Dukkham. Jara means old age. Now this word gerontology also has got the same origin from the Sanskrit word jara, gerontology. Senility. one starts witnessing that several people, friends and relatives, already are saying goodbye to the world. This fellow now starts feeling that he is growing older. His abilities are dilapidating. His memory is failing. His senses are no longer as sharp as they used to be before. The body starts displaying signs of weakness, and very soon he is put into the box of an older generation. And that is the time the person starts feeling, yes, now we are in the senior generation. That feeling that Jara Dukkham, and then finally Mrityu Dukkham, the fear of death. All these things are there throughout the birth, throughout the life, and therefore Dukkham continues in various ways. Therefore, the moment body, one is identified with the body, one acquires the body, there is a continuous stream of dukkha. And therefore, where there is no body, nothing to identify with, there is total freedom. And that is Videhamukti. And how does one find that? Not, not that you will not have any body after you die, after you escape from this body, because the karmas which are waiting for you, they will definitely bring you a different new body. If the karmas are good, they will bring you a body where the situations are little better. There are more occasions of relief and respite. And if the karmas are going to be bad, dushkarmas, dushta prarabdha, then there are going to be occasions after occasions of, of intense more and more to come. And therefore, body is there. You cannot say that I will not acquire a body and I will be free from body. No, nothing like that. The only thing which has got power to destroy the karma is this knowledge. Nothing else has got the power to destroy the karma, that it can totally put a stop to the wheel of karma. And it is only this knowledge, Atma is Brahman, and it is knowledge because Atma is Brahman. And that is why you can know Atma is Brahman, I am Brahman. If you were not Brahman, then knowing Brahman will not be knowledge, it will be an error. To know something as it is called as knowledge. To know something as it is not is an error. To know the rope as rope is knowledge. To know the rope as snake is an error. Therefore, when the Shruti says it is through knowledge, knowing Atma, if Atma was not to be Brahman, but Atma was to be a Jiva, knowing Atma as Brahman will be a mistake. Mistakes cannot free you. Mistakes bind you. That what is untrue, unreal, not real, will bring bondage, but that what is real will set you free. And therefore, now knowing this is the only escape from the wheel of karma. So Videha Mukti is definitely there. But we are talking about Jivanmukti, which means that The experience that what is seen as Videha Mukti is experienced by that person right when he is living, when he is still in the body. He is still living in the body, which means where there the experience of duality is totally washed out. So subdued that it doesn't even sound like drums in the distance. So subdued, and therefore no identification, and that is vimuchyate. Thus it was told to us that he who is a Jivanmukta Viveka. The sentences like this, which are in abundance or abundantly available in the Upanishad, what do these sentences do is to show us what is Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti Sadbhave Pramanani Santi. Thus, now he says, Brahadaranyake api pathyate. So also having given you that example from Kathopanishad, one more sentence from the Brahadaranyaka Upanishad was brought to you yesterday. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya ridis shrita athamartyu mrito bhavati atra brahma samashnute atra asmin janmani. In this very life, he attains Brahman. When yada sarve pramuchyante, when all the desires, etc., leave his heart, which means all the complexes are resolved, all the desires are found to be fulfilled. There are two ways when a desire will say goodbye. One is when the desire is fulfilled by getting the object. And another one is in knowing that the desire is already fulfilled. So in both the cases, the desire is fulfilled. In one, you say that the desire is fulfilled by getting the object. In another one, in discovering that Atma is Brahman, is complete, and whatever is there in this world is nothing but Atma. So whatever object was desired is already obtained. That object is already obtained as yourself, as Atma. And therefore, what is there to desire now? And thus that desire, over there in the first case, one desire will be fulfilled, but other desire will be left unfulfilled. Let us say a person has a desire, I want a new house, I want a new car. Then he is able to collect money and buy a new house. But then he says, yes, I am happy. I have got a new house. Object is obtained. But another object is still not obtained. And therefore, in unfulfilled desire, he finds the cause of sorrow. There is sorrow, there is grief, there is something that is unfulfilled, there is this sense of dissatisfaction, incompleteness, which will always continue. But in knowing Atma is Brahman, all the desires are simultaneously complete, fulfilled. Even if there is a desire that I want to rule the heaven, there he finds that in the heaven, Indra, that is what I already am. I am the heaven, I am the ruler, I am everything. All this Indra, Chandra, Rudra, whosoever it may be, they are all just appearances in this consciousness that I am. They are just appearances in my own nature, in my being. They come and they go. Well, there is no desire for any wave in the water. Every desire rises and falls in the water, but what is a wave? Only an appearance in the water. Big wave or small wave. Big wave has nothing to add to the water, and small wave is not an insult to the water. So all these big and small, etc., all these differences are nothing but appear. Knowing that this is what my nature is, I at once discover that my desires, everything is fulfilled, and therefore all the desires leave. Sarve pramuchante. It is not one by one. It is not one by one in a queue that the desires are waiting to get fulfilled. By the time you fulfill one desire, there is already, you have generated 1 million more desires. By the time one desire of buying a new car is fulfilled, there is several hundreds which are already newly generated, along with the millions of others which were waiting to be fulfilled. So every moment is nothing but addition and addition to be dissatisfied, for the sense of incompleteness. That goes away. Sarve, yada sarve pramuchyante, kama yasya hridishritaha. Hridhi means in the heart. Where were the desires and where were they creating the storm? When just one single desire rises, it creates a massive storm in the heart. And here we are taming, we are keeping, bringing 1,000 more every moment. How are you going to take care of this cyclone? It is disaster inside. But yes, we have one upaya. There is something with us with which all the desires, not one, not two, not 100, every desire will say goodbye, and there will be a prevailing sense of total fulfillment, and that is in knowledge. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya ridishritaha athamartyo mrito bhavati. Bhavati. This Martya, till now, this fellow, what was he calling himself? I am an ordinary mortal, I am a small little person striving for small little joys over here. Somebody call me a good man, somebody call me a good husband, somebody call me a big, what do they call, generous person. All small desires, small desires. What happens to them? Athamartyo, this Martya, who otherwise was a helpless, pitiable thing. His existence was nothing more than just some pitiable existence. And there, Athamartyaha, Amrito Bhavati, he discovers, that same very fellow discovers he is Amritam, the very essence of immortality he is. You know what we generally call as immortality? Imagine one mosquito lives for a few hours, maybe 24 hours. Now, that mosquito, there is one mosquito who said, this fellow is an immortal because even my grandfather's grandfather also had bitten him. And we have been generations after generations. This is my 700th generation. I am drinking his blood. So this fellow is an immortal. For a mosquito, you are immortal. What is immortality according to mosquito is just based on the lifespan that he has. His concept of time, and therefore we are not talking about immortality of going to the heaven and having relishing and living a long pleasant life. But this immortality means is the very essence. Amritatvam, amritaha bhavati, atra brahma samashnute. And when are you talking about it? Atra asmin janmani, here and now. And therefore, shlokas like this, what are they doing? They are showing us what is Jivanmukti. Thus, the teacher had said that there are several places, several vakyas, statements of the Upanishad which have the capacity to illumine, to show what is Jivan. Athamartyo mruto bhavati atra brahma samashrute. Then there is another sentence also that he brings, but we will do that maybe some other day, some other time. This is enough to know that yes, there are passages and sentences in the Upanishad which show us what is Jivan Mukti. Evam anyatra api udaharyam. So the teacher, now we are on page number 1 second. Another book. We are on 42. Go to 42. 42, the paragraph on the top. Evam anyadapi udaharyam. So also, in other places, one should find this Jivan Mukti in other Upanishads too. Anyatra api udaharyam. Smritishu, sir, maybe the Upanishad speaks about Jivan Mukti. There are sentences like this. But do we really find that there is a Jivan Mukti mentioned by various teachers or great sages in their works? And therefore, in Smriti also, Smritishu, Jivan Muktaha, Sthita Prajna, Bhagavad Bhakta, Gunatita, Brahmana, Atita Varnashrami, Adinamabhis Tatra Tatra Vyavahiyate. Now he gives you a list. He says there are various expressions to the same phenomena. Jivan Mukti is expressed in different words by these Smritis. The Smritis, in some places, they use the word Jivan Muktaha. In some place, they say Sthita Prajnaha, the one whose illumination, whose knowledge is steady, a man of steadfast wisdom. So when we say steadfast wisdom, don't think that somebody, with a stick is sitting with a long beard or something. Wise man. Well, these are the words. Sthita prajnaha. So the word is, when we may, for our convenience, I may use the word wise man. But the original word is sthita prajna. Sthita prajna means the one whose knowledge has become steady, is steadfast, is well rooted, it is not shaken, is not disturbed. The knowledge does not get clouded, subdued, dullened. No. So sthita prashnya, bhagavad bhaktaha, a devotee of God, bhagavad bhaktaha, and gunatitaha, the one who has transcended the three gunas, the one who has transcended the three gunas. Gunatita, brahmanaha. So even this word brahmanaha is also over here not referring to any jati vishesha, to a person belonging to a particular community, caste, etc. The word over here, brahmana, has got the meaning Jivanmukta. Okay? Brahmanaha, Atita Varnashrami, the one who has surpassed, the one who has transcended, one who has gone beyond all the social classification of Varna and Ashrama, of all identities. Varna ati varnashrami ityadi adi nama tatra vyavahriyate. Thus, this is how in the smritis, because you have asked that, yes, sir, in the Shruti Prasthana, in the Upanishad, we may find that there is Jivan Mukti mentioned. But is there Jivan Mukta and Jivan Mukti mentioned by the Smritis anywhere? And we are saying, yes, it is. So he now, the teacher is going to bring to us a very beautiful dialogue between Vasishtha Rishi, sage Vasishtha, and Shri Ram. Vasishtha Rama Samvade. This is all from the Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana. As I have told you even before, Yoga Vasishtha is a composition by Bhagavan Vyasa, and this is purely a massive work in which there is only this dialogue. The whole thing is fitted in as a dialogue between Rama as the disciple and Vasishtha as the guru. So, Vasishtha Rama Samvade. So he says that there is a particular portion over there in that Vasishtha Ramayana, Yoga Vasishtha, where you can find Jivan Mukti being mentioned. Nrinam Jnanaika Nishthanam Ityarabhya San Sat Kinchid Avashishyate Yantena Kanthena Jivan Muktaha Pathyate Asmabhihi Pathyate Adhyetubhihi Pathyate Nrinam Jnanaika Nishthanam. So which portion are you talking about? He mentions to us the starting point and the point where this topic ends of Jivan Mukti. From this particular, this is the Pratika, this is Nranam Janaika Nishthanam, from there. So over there, sage Vasishtha says, Nranam Janaika Nishthanam Atmajnana Vicharinam Sa Jivan Muktato Deti Videhon Muktatevaya. Look at this. Nranam Jnanaika Nishthanam Atma, I will do the Sandhi Vikshit. Atmajnana Vicharinam Sa Jivan Muktata Udeti Videha Muktata Iva Ya Videha Muktata Iva Sa Jivan Muktata Udeti. So what is that meaning of this particular verse? Nranam, of those people. How are these people? Janaika Nishthanam, who are committed, who are established. Nishtha, Nitaram Sthiti, those what is their inner state, that they are totally absorbed in in that knowledge. So over there, Jnanaika Nishthanam, how are such people Jnanaika Nishtha? Are they just committed? Are they convinced? What is the thing? It says Atma Jnana Vicharinam. Now those people who have who are like given totally to what? Only Atma Vichara. Completely to Atma Vichara, Atma Anatma Viveka. To such people, Videha Muktata Iva, they experience liberation, which is exactly like, not Videha Muktata, but like Videha Mukti. Like Videha Mukti, which means in Videha Mukti there is no gandha, there is no lingering sense of duality at all. Even lingering sense of duality is not there. That Videha Muktata. Even just like that, they experience liberation where Jivanmuktata Udeti, for them, the Jivanmukti Udeti, the state which rises in such people. Who are those people? Those people are qualified by two adjectives over here in the verse. One, Jnanaika Nishtha, and the other one is Atma Jnana Vicharina. Two adjectives. I will now look at that. So Vidyaranya Swami says, he explains the word Jnanaika Nishtha. Jnanaika Nishthatvam Laukika Vaidika Karma Tyaga. Who is called as Jnanaika Nishtha? Those who are totally committed to knowledge. Committed to knowledge. How are such people? Committed to knowledge means in their life. I am not saying that there is prominence of Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. No, in their life there is nothing else other than Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. When you are going to say there is a person in his life, there is prominence of what? That he will always give prominence to meditation, to listening to Vedanta, for contemplation, manana, etc. He will always give priority to that. Generally, with us, our state is so pathetic that the very first victim, casualty in our life will be anything comes, okay, I will do Vedanta tomorrow. We don't have time for satsang. We cannot do that. So, which means the first thing that we will keep aside is Vedanta. The first thing to be sacrificed is Vedanta. Several people come to Rishikesh, they sit here, and then you have come all the way, leaving your home, your wife, children, and you are coming and sitting over here. Then some phone call comes, and there is some discussion going on, maybe some text or something. Now and Gita, they are discussing. So, Swamiji, just a minute, let me answer this. This fellow runs out. Now, what happened? That means you say, and then going out, what does he find in that phone? It was some telemarketing phone call. Swamiji, these people harass us like this. They come back and complain. Why? You wanted to take that phone. You came all the way from such long distance For what? To come to Rishikesh and attend some telemarketing phone calls? What did you? So he does not know. So the first thing to suffer is Vedanta. Whether it is Shravan, Manan or Nididhyasana. The first thing to be victimized, to fall prey to our, to be sacrificed is Vedanta. But there are people, I do not deny such, that there are people like that. There are these people and they are wonderful, they are great people. What happens to these people? What happens to these people? These are the people who will say, let come what may, but my prominence, priority is Shravanam. I will first do Vedanta Shravanam. If I have got something else to do during the daytime, I will wake up early and read, listen to Vedanta first. If I'm not going to find time during the day, I will make my slot, but I will not allow the day to go without. So these are the people who have prominence, priority given to Shravanam, Manana, Nididhyasana. They will be. But we are not talking about people who are what? Giving prominence to Vedanta, to Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. We are talking about people over here who have nothing else but only Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Everything else for these people is only a vestige of time. Who can that be? Can that be a grihastha? So obviously we are talking, that's why there is importance of sannyasa as a stage in life. And this is what we are talking about. So what happens? Jnanaika nisthana, and therefore who is Jnanaika nishtha? Laukika Vaidika Karma Tyagi. Who is called as a sannyasi? Sannyasi means the one who has given up, renounced Laukika Karma and Vaidika Karma. Therefore, what does that Jnanaika nishtha means? Sannyasi. Tyagi, that's why Vidyaranya Swami makes, he does not say the one who is now committed only to knowledge, he does not translate the word to that, but he brings out what? The meaning sannyasi. Why is that? Because there is not just prominence, predominance, preference, priority to Vedanta, to Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, but there is nothing else but just Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. And so, nothing else to do. At the most, what is the job that a sannyasi will have? And go for bhiksha and come back. Therefore, all other things which are imposed on a sannyasi, hey, sannyasi should do, he should do some classes for small children and all that. Hey, that is okay. If he cannot do sit in samadhi, then for him you can tell him, go do that. But because you are a sannyasi, that's why you should do some babysitting. Sannyas for what? So that he can do babysitting for you. That if somebody does it, it is not anyone's criticism. But that is what the word brings out, the meaning that the word brings out. Jnanaika nishtha means laukika vaidika karmatyaga. Then, okay, then he says, Dehendriya sadbhava matrena muktitvayasya vishesha tu natu anubhavataha. Oh, beautiful. Now somebody comes and says, Sir, whatever it is, even that Jivan Mukti may be there, but ultimately it is only in the Videha Mukti, okay? It is only in the Videha Mukti that there is no trace of duality. And therefore, the experience of Videha Mukti is higher, better than Jivan Mukti. Correct? That is what he says. Now, to such a person, Vidyaranya Swami answers over here. He says, Mukti dvayasya visheshaha natu anubhavataha. There is no difference in the experience, not that after the Dehapat, after in the Videha Mukti, there is experience of special Brahman. Over here you are experiencing ordinary Brahman. Thereafter you die, then there is going to be experience of special Brahman. Here the Vishesha is not in terms determined by quality of experience or experience. This is good experience, but Videha Mukti is better experience, quality of experience. Or this is Jivan Mukti and there is another experience of Videha Mukti. Here the difference, the Vishesha, is not in experience or in the quality of experience. Then what is the difference? He says, Dehendriya Sadbhava Matrena Mukti Dvayasya Vishesha. That in Jivan Mukti, the body-mind complex is still there. And in Videha Mukti, the body-mind complex is not there. This is the only difference. Otherwise, there is no difference in Anubhava, in the knowledge, in the experience. So this Dehendriya Sadbhava, Sadbhava means existence. And then Abhava of Dehendriya. Mukti dvayasya visheshaha natu anubhavataha. Then Dvaita Pratit. But why are you saying so? Because he substantiates that statement with a reasoning. What is the reasoning? Dvaita Pratitehe Ubhayatra Abhava. Because in both, whether it is Jivan Mukti or Videha Mukti, the experience of duality is not there. You understand? You see, in both the places, experience of duality is not there. In one of the another place in the Upanishad, it is said, Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. All the fear, dukkham, from where does it come? Dvaitam, Dvitiya, from something that is other than you. Even if there is God, God will make you free from the fear of world, but now there will be fear of God. What if God disapproves me? What if God disowns me? What if God disowns me? There will be fear. So as long as there is any form of duality, the become the breeding ground of bhayam, dukkham, fear, insecurity, everything will be sitting over there. And therefore, whether it is Jivan Mukti or whether it is Videha Mukti, in both the cases, what is there? There is no experience. The duality is totally absorbed. Totally absorbed. This is what is, and therefore, this is how Vasishtha explains. Shri Rama Brahman Videha Muktasya Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam Druhi Tena Tathaiva Yate Shastra Jayadrisham. Hey Brahman, O teacher, please, Guruji, please tell, please explain, please expound what the Lakshana. Lakshana means the characteristic of what? Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam, Videha Muktasya Lakshanam. The characteristic of Jivan Mukta, the one who is liberated while living, and of the one who is liberated even after the body perishes. Dhruvi, please tell, why do you want to know? So he says, Yena tathaivaham yate, because through that I will strive for that. Aham yate. Yate over here is not sambodhanam of yati. It is a verb, not a noun. Aham yate. Yena tatha eva aham yate. How will you strive? Because everybody is struggling over here. A small little fellow also is struggling. So if you are struggling, he says, Shastra Jaya Drisha, through the vision imparted or generated by the Upanishad Shastra. How will I strive for Jivan Mukti? How will I strive for Jivan Mukti now? Through the vision imparted by the Upanishad. Otherwise, somebody will have some strange ideas about Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti means the one who is constantly like some, who drinks alcohol. They can have any ideas. There were people or some strange things. This is Jivan Mukti. What Jivan Mukti? That is called as being totally irresponsible. That is called an addiction, not Jivan Mukti. So what happened? Somebody, oh no, we used to live just like that. Anyhow, living just like that, it's called Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti people like Rishabh Dev, he used to roam about without any clothes. So roaming about without living in a nudist colony or something like that is called, they are all Jivan Mukta. So they make strange ideas about Jivan, and therefore, in order to strive in the right direction, to walk in the right direction, what should you have? A clear vision. And what will impart you that vision? Shastra. And therefore, this is a very beautiful thing. He says, Shastra Jaya Trisha. How is this vision? It is Shastraja. How is it? Shastraja. So the Tritiya Vibhakti will be Shastrajaya. But that word Mala will become Malaya. Like Shastraja will become Shastrajaya. This is not like in Malaysia they have Betaling Jaya and all that. Shastra Jaya is Tritiya Vibhakti, third, instrumental case of the word. Pratipadika is Shastra Cha. So Shastra Jaya Drisha. Through that vision, I will exert myself, and therefore, hey Brahman, O Lord, my teacher, hey Guru, please tell me what is the Lakshana of Jivan. Why are we coming to this? Because the question was, what is our topic now? Then what is Jivan Mukti? Then is Jivan Mukti mentioned anywhere in the Shruti? Yes. How is it mentioned? That was shown. Then in the Smriti, yes, it is shown, spoken by the Shruti in Smritis in various ways. Some places it is called as Jivan Mukti, some place it is called as Sthita Prajna, some place it is called as Bhagavad Bhakta, some place Gunatita, some place Brahmana, some place it is called as Ativarnashrami. So all these are various names of the same phenomenon called Jivan. Now, Vasishtha. Now, when Sri Rama makes that request, Bhagavan Vasishtha says, Yatha sthitamidam yasya vyavaharavatopi cha astam gatam sthitam vyoma sajivan mukta uchyate. Yatha sthitamidam yasya व्यवहारवतोऽपि च अस्तं गतं स्थितं व्योम सजीवन्मुक्त उच्यते. Beautiful. So bring that yatha down and then it will become asthitam idam. All this world, how is this world? As if asthitam not there. What happened to the world? When is the world not available to your senses? And also because the senses are also a part of the world. They are not apart from the world. So the senses, mind, along with the objects of the senses and mind, when all of this is not there, where do you find anywhere when this is not there? One is in the sleep, and one is when there is total dissolution. Pralaya. In the total dissolution. Sleep is mini dissolution. Nitya Pralaya. Then there is another Pralaya of the Brahma, where this total world goes back into the womb of unmanifest. Nothing is available. Total dark. In the Tantra system, they show this like the whole world. Kali is pregnant. They show that she is black, unmanifest Parvati, and the world is in the womb, unborn, not there. Is there, not there, cannot say. Nothing is there. So, idam, asthitam idam yasya, vyavahara vatopichya. But sir, the world is not there, you are saying, in spite of him interacting with the world. And in order to interact with the world, body-mind complex is required. So the body-mind complex along with the objects, everything is there. And yet for him, how is it? Asthitam, non-existent. Astam gatam yatha, like for the space. What is for the space? Whether the building is born, constructed, it stays, or that building collapses. to this space, everything is just the same. Being there, not there, for this space, it does not make any difference. Yatha astam gatam sthitam vyomaha, like the vyoma. Vyoma means the space. The one for whom this is what is the condition, that the world is there or not there, doesn't make any difference. Like this space, Sa Jivan Mukta Uchate. He is called as Jivan Mukta. Let us see what is that when we meet again tomorrow in the evening. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Shankaram Shankaracharya Keshavam Badarayanam Sutraha Vande Bhagavantam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtiveda Vibhagiti Vyomavadhyatari Dakshina